Okay, welcome to Unscripted number 4, and we've got the original Captain Fantastic, Cara Wild, with us. Lionesses and Bees you've played for as well. Currently with the Lionesses team. We don't know if you're a defender, a goalkeeper, or anything.
Who knows?
So, Unscripted, we've got nothing here, Cara. You can see there's nothing here for us to go off. It's just going to be a general chat, me and you. I've known you for a few years now. We're also going to go through your stats, all-time 11. We're going to do that as well. That's the only thing I've asked from you from the beginning. Once the beeper goes on 20 minutes, we're done. That's your lot. Okay. So first of all, what we'll discuss is your stats.
Yes.
So I asked you earlier what your stats were. You thought you'd played 75 games, if I remember correctly. You then said you scored. How many did you say you think? Four. Assisted 3.
Yeah.
You got your player of the matches right. And your red cards and yellow cards. So Cara's played 88 times for AFC Stockport. So she's closing in on the big 100. She's 12 games off it. She scored 5 times, got 5 assists, 1 yellow card, 1 red card, and 3 player of the matches. You debuted back in November 2018.
Yes.
Who brought you down?
So originally me and my friends Kirsty and Jade, we were trying to look for an 11-a-side team, and I think Jade knew Jodie McGaskill.
Mm-hmm.
So she got in touch, spoke to the manager at the time, and they said to come down. So I think they came the week before me, because I was a little bit nervous. I was only 17 at the time. So they came down, told me that I'd love it, came down, and then the rest is history.
And you stayed and they went?
Yeah.
We love J-Kid. J-Kid's awesome, and and Gilly as well, isn't it? And
yeah.
it was a 5-a-side team you started from, wasn't it? And
yeah,
you
still
play
now,
don't you?
Every Wednesday, so it's
yeah, you
great.
played in the AFC kit, I've seen it. Not happy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you kidding. In the blue one, is it? The old blue one?
No, that's not us, that's Beth and Molly's team.
Oh, is that a different team?
So.
Got my eyes on you, Beth and Molly. Don't think I know everything. So, you've played 88 times. Any particular game that's your fondest, or?
I don't know, I mean, there's obviously quite a few to go at. I think probably in the earlier days when I was a little bit fitter and quicker, playing out on the wing sometimes. I think there was one game actually where you put me on left wing, and I think it was the boggiest pitch that I'd ever played on in my life.
Was it White Hill?
It
was White
Hill. We got to half time and you said to me, do I need to take you off because you're just not running? And I was like, it's an absolute bog out there, but I think we got the win in the end, and it was nice to get a different position in.
At least I'm honest.
Well, yeah.
You're not running, Cara. Sort yourself out. I've always been fond of you, Cara. You know that. You've always been one of the players that I've always liked since day one, and it's a lot down to your passion and things like that. I'm not trying to put a damper on it. You're not blessed with tech skills and all that kind of stuff. You are a defender.
Yeah.
You defend with passion. Your attitude for someone so young when you joined was different, even to the point of where you took the captaincy off Solly, who was the original captain, an AFC legend.
Hard to live up to.
And you were given the captaincy afterwards.
Yeah.
How did that feel, sort of getting the captaincy after Solly?
It was nerve-wracking because I knew how much the girls respected her, and that was big boots to fill. So for someone so young to have to come in and try and step up and give myself a name and try and earn that respect from people, because like you don't just get game respect, you have to earn it. So that was really, really difficult, but it was a challenge that I was so excited to take on. So I really enjoyed it.
So I remember, do you remember the conversation we had in the stand?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So we sat down, didn't we? And I told you how disappointed I was in you.
Yeah.
Because she'd gone to another team training.
Yes.
And I'd said what I wanted from you and what I expected from you. Then you'd done that. How did you feel after that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was I was gutted because you told me the opportunity that you were looking to give me, and I thought I'd just blown it. So then I felt like I had to put more effort in and keep going at training, because I do remember one time you said in the group chat that I was the hardest working at training out of everyone. So that sort of was like, right, I need to go again. I need to keep putting that in and I'll get what I want out of it. So. And
you've done good. You've done good. I'm proud of you. I love watching you play football.
Thank you.
Although recently you'd received a red card.
Yes.
What was that for?
Well, I originally handled the ball outside the box.
Yeah.
In my defence, it was very leafy. So I got a yellow card originally for that, although it should have been a red straight away.
Yep.
Then there was a little bit of a scuffle, and me being me just went running in, and the ref saw his opportunity to be like, right, I need to correct my mistake, and
So you learn from your mistakes.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want to pay that fine again. So.
In all fairness, for a defender to play 88 games, 1 red card, that's not bad going.
And only 1 yellow.
And only 1 yellow, yeah. It's that red card was a reaction to something that had happened.
Yeah.
So if you take that away from it, you've got 1 yellow card in 88 games. So it's not a bad return.
Yeah, it's either that or I can't catch the strikers to foul them anyway.
It might be that as well.
Yeah.
But not now, because now you've told us you're doing your training with
Yeah.
Hannah Bergen. Little link there for Hannah Bergen. Hannah Bergen's doing some training with, didn't she?
Yeah.
Ex-AFC Stockport player. What's that like?
Oh, she's great. Really getting my fitness up, getting a bit of weight off. So I feel like I'm actually physically able to play football again. So even like being in net, I think I didn't realise how much of a toll that takes on your body as well. Like getting down, getting up, your reactions have got to be so quick. So it's helped quite a lot in that sense.
And fetching the ball.
Well, yeah, I'm
Does
always
that as
constantly running to
You
get
see,
that.
I'm with you with that, because as me being an outfield player and then playing in goal to help teams out and stuff like that, you don't realise how much hard work it is when you're in goal.
No.
It's hard. It's a lot harder than what people think.
I mean, obviously, if the team are playing well, then you are stood around for quite a while, which I do prefer.
But then it's freezing if it's in the winter and stuff.
But this season, we've not really had that, so...
We've had a poor season this season, the Lionesses, haven't they?
Yeah,
on and off the pitch.
It's not been great, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, but I'm really looking forward to this new season coming up.
So, as we go into this new season, we've got Becca Fenny is going to be the new manager.
Yeah.
And did she announce it today or yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
So she announced yesterday the new assistant manager of the Lionesses, who is Cara Wild. So you're going to be assisting Becca. She spoke to me about 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you're aware of this. She spoke to me a couple of weeks ago regarding it, and we just said, look, let's just try and see out the season. We're virtually there, and then we'll look at it. I mean, you know how I feel about you, Cara, so it would never have been in doubt. But we obviously need to get things in motion.
Yeah.
So you're going to be the new assistant manager. How do you feel to that new challenge? I'm
really excited. So I think the big thing for me and Fenny is to make training, improve training,
Oggy, you're rubbish. I'm only kidding, mate.
So I think for us, fitness for the start is key. Getting everyone back fit, enjoying it, getting the drills sorted, making sure that everyone's happy with what we're doing, and
Get Bergen to sort out some AFC Stockport discount.
Yeah.
Again, Bergen, two links. Okay, so another part of AFC Stockport is your partner, who you meet. Now, as much as I hate to say this, you two are only together because of me. Who created the club?
You.
Where did you meet?
AFC.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am the matchmaker at AFC.
Yeah.
So you guys met through AFC Stockport.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to ask who chased who?
I think it was a bit of both, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I think we both liked each other without even realising. And then, just ended up.
Because you live together now, don't you?
Yes.
Pets?
Yes, we've got a little cat, Dusty. She's very cute.
Who does Dusty prefer, you or Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Who's the better cook?
Charlotte.
Who's the funniest?
I've got to say me on that one. I can't give her everything.
Who's got the best dress sense?
Me.
Who's the better footballer?
Charlotte.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, 2 each. That's not a bad ring. So we gave you the captaincy in 2020-21, and you were so close in your debut season as captain to winning a trophy.
Yeah.
We lost to undoubtedly probably the best team in the league for the last couple of years, Mancunian Unity, and we lost 4-1. It was 4-1 at half time, and then there was no goals in the second half, which was remarkable. Do you remember much about the day, or how you felt afterwards not lifting the trophy?
So it was a difficult one for me because the week before we'd played Oldham, and I had a really bad tackle on me and busted my ankle. So I was out for the final then, so that was gutting for me, knowing that we'd got to that final and I couldn't even play in it as captain.
You'd have still lifted that trophy if you'd have won it.
Yeah, I know, but it was a tough day. It was hot. Everyone was up for it, but like you said, Unity were just such a good unit, and they defended well. they attacked well. They were unbreakable.
Yeah.
And
We tried. We gave it our
did.
best shot.
We did.
We really did. But obviously, there's some teams that are just head and shoulders above at the time. And they've proven that, not just against us, but against other teams. They've gone into the Prem and they've smashed the Prem as well.
Yeah.
So your debut was on the 11th, 2018. Do you remember your first goal?
I think so.
Do you remember who the manager was?
You, I think.
No.
No, it wasn't. I can't remember now.
It was Alicia Panton.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So Alicia Panton was your manager, and you went on and won 7-0. It was in the quarter-final of the Challenge Cup against Sale United.
Yeah.
And that was your first ever goal for the club.
Yeah.
So that was meant. So listen, while we're talking about that with teams, we're going to go on to your all-time 11, which will come onto the screen now, so people will be able to see that. So that's the only thing we asked you for, and we're going to start with Alicia Panton. So, you know, she managed for a few games, and she actually had a good record. I think, on all accounts, you played Altrincham Ladies on, I think it was her first game as manager, and you won 5-1, 5-0, was it? 5-0, and everybody came back and said it's the best performance they'd ever done. And it was weird because Alicia sort of packed it in a few weeks later. She didn't really like the role of management, but what she did in the short time was really good. You felt there was a bit more of a bond. So you had the 5-0 and then the 7-0. How was she as a manager, if you remember, and as a player? So why she made it into your all-time 11?
She's such a strong person, and she knows what she's talking about. She gives direction. She's like a mother, but on the football pitch and even on the sideline. So she was always shouting, always getting us going, and knew what we had to do when things were going wrong. So for me, she's a complete player. She can do anything. She's quick. She can tackle. She could even go into midfield and boss it. Probably not up front, but sorry, Leash. Yeah. Obviously, she only scored 1 goal for AFC, hasn't she? So.
And do you know when she came, she started I'm sure she started as a winger, an attacking player.
I can see why.
Yeah.
But yeah, her first ever goal for AFC was scored against me.
Oh, and she nearly scored. No, she scored 2 that game.
I think she could have done, yeah. I said I'd let her do it, so.
Sorry, Alicia. So Alicia's made it in. You know, Alicia's been with the club for quite a long time. The one thing I remember with Alicia was she had her little baby, and she came back to training, and we did this fitness drill, and she finished like second in the fitness drill after having the baby, and it just sort of blew me away that you didn't realise how quick Alicia was.
Oh God, yeah.
She's
rapid. So quick.
So if we go into midfield and stuff, you've obviously got Charlotte, so you can say a little bit about Charlotte if you wish. What do you think to Charlotte as a midfielder? Why she made your all-time 11?
Because I remember something that sticks clearly in my mind was we were in a team talk one day, and it was you that was managing, and you went, "Don't worry about anything that's going on in midfield because Charlotte will run around like a blue ass fly," and that is just her. So she'll never give up. She always gives 100%, and that's why I put Beth with her as well, because they're the engine to our team. Without them two, we struggle, and you can see that. So they're constantly back, winning the ball, getting forward, trying to create goals, and that's why.
And they do bounce off each other, because like Beth's more of an attacking player. Charlotte sort of is little bit more defensive, even though she does go forward. But Charlotte is more of the attacker. Sorry, not the attacker, the tackler.
Yeah. So
Charlotte will put in the hard tackles, the ones where you don't think they're gonna work.
Yeah.
And Beth is more the flair player.
Yeah, you don't want to see Beth slide tackle, so.
I think there's a question later about Beth tackling. So that's Charlotte, and then what we'll do is we'll go up front. Amy Stanton. You've had quite a few strikers that have played for the club since you've been here as well. But why have you gone for Amy?
Amy's just one of them. You look at her and you think, she's not going to beat anyone in defence. Like, because she's so small, she doesn't, and she's so shy as well. So you never think she's going to take a defender on and win that ball. But she's like Bernardo Silva. The ball just sticks to her feet. She can weave in and out, and she can just place it anywhere. She's not afraid to go in with her head. She can do both feet. And for me, the goals that she scored for AFC and the games that she's played, she's just been such a complete player. And
she had an amazing season with the Bees last year, didn't she?
She had a really good season.
It's been hit and miss this season because we've not really seen much of her.
Yeah, unfortunately, because she's a season ticket holder at City. They take priority.
It's not her fault. But we've got last season is proof of the pudding how good Amy is. She was an absolute goal machine, even to the point of where I was managing the Lionesses last season. And you will seeing these performances and goals and things that Amy hadn't done the season before, and you were like, wow, where's this new Amy come from? So that's your all-time 11. So what we're going to do now is going to go on to a few questions. Okay, so the girls have been asking loads of questions in the group. They had a massive influx of questions today.
Yes.
So we'll go through a few of the questions. The first one we'll go for Becca Fenny, the manager. How are you feeling about being an assistant manager for the Lionesses next season?
I'm really, really excited. Like I said before, we want to come in, make that change. We want to make sure that we're playing competitive football next season, actually try and win some more games. That's a big push for us, recruitment, getting some fresh players in, and yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it.
And I think it's needed. I think it's needed, definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
Tanisha, love Tanisha. I think she's changed so much over the last 18 months.
Absolutely.
What is your proudest moment in an AFC Stockport shirt?
I would probably say getting to that final against Unity. It was a tough season for us, but we...
Not getting the captaincy then?
That too. Yeah, but in actually game time, like that was a proud moment to be captain and be able to achieve that. That was something special. So I think that probably for me is the proudest moment. Okay.
Beth Bennett, who we've already spoke about, so we'll find out now the actual question. Whose slide tackle is better, yours or Beth's?
Mine.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're going to say that down the camera to her?
Mine. Beth sort of sits on the ball and takes the player out. I think she hugged a player and tackled her the other day.
She hugged a player?
Yeah, it was sort of like a rugby tackle hug, which was pretty funny. I think she got a yellow card for it, which was, yeah. So I'm going to say me, yeah.
Jess Lloydell, she's been with the club for years.
Yeah.
She put, why do you play for AFC Stockport? Because realistically, your friends have gone elsewhere twice. Yeah. So why do you stick at AFC?
I've made so many friends here. Like it doesn't matter that my friends have come down and then they've gone. Like you make new friends, and I'll always be friends with those people as well. Like it's just I like the people here. I like the ethos of the club, and yeah.
And I tend to find when players have been here for a little bit, they tend to stay longer because they can see the rewards as well, the recognition that you get for games played, and the achievements for people winning. We had Danny Stringer earlier, and Decade Achievement Award next year, and people have goals because we keep the stats and things like that. You can see how good you're doing, and vice versa. I'm going to try and get these two questions. Just got to be quick. Here's one for you from Gracie. Do you have any funny stories from any games?
I remember one time me and Jade Kidd went out before a game. May have had one too many beverages, and she was thrown up in a shinpad bag before the game, and she was like saying to me, "I can't do it, I can't go
Before
on."
Before
the game, and then we got onto the game. She thinks she was on the pitch for about 10 minutes, and then she faked a knee injury.
This shit. Who was manager?
Alicia, I think.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Sort it out, Alicia. No wonder you jacked it in. Okay, we'll try and get this last question in now. So this was quite an interesting one from Jess Lee. I don't know if you saw this. She said, you've got to choose one. Never play football again. Never play golf again. Or City never winning the Champions League. Which one?
Wow. Which one to pick to not do again?
So City never winning the Champions League, never playing golf, or never playing football again. And you're not allowed to let the clock run out.
I think I'd have to say golf.
So you jack golfing over the others?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I've
quite
got to see City win the Champions League sometime. Hopefully this season.
Okay, so honestly, Cara, I mean, we're coming towards the end now. The alarm's going to go off, but I want you to understand, like, you were probably the youngest female captain we've ever had at the club. You know how I feel. I know I brought you into the captaincy role over someone who, like we said, is a legend at the club. So I want you to understand how much we appreciate you at the club, what you've brought. You've had a massive journey. I've seen you over the last 3-4 years ups and downs and happy times and sad times and the lot.
Absolutely.
So just want to say thank you for being involved with AFC Stockport and sticking at it.
Thank you.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
There's your 20 minutes, and this has been Unscripted.
Thank
Well
you.
done, Cara.